Blub blub everyone, welcome back. We are playing Solar Expanse and we just landed on the freaking moon. Isn't that nice? And now we're just going to Mars because, you know, you have done the moon, it's fine, let's go Mars. It's not like that is quite a different hurdle. But yes, we have double contracts right now. So we need a launch vehicle, we have that. Luckily, I already prepared that. We have a spacecraft. We need a spacecraft. Okay. Another Iris, which is a one-off. And then we need to send a drone, which we're producing to Mars. So let's prepare that real quick. Because this is much harder and takes much more time than this. Even though we're already producing the orbital one. Yeah, and we just need to shoot this into orbit, provide the materials as well, and then we can construct a shipyard. That is great. And then we'll make I think it's called a Daedalus, the solar sailor. That will also be huge. Actually, wouldn't that be much better? No, it's fine. We'll just follow the tutorial. It's gonna be fine. There it is, the Daedalus. We need an orbital shipyard. Now the question is this produced? No, this is still in construction. Can I construct this with priority or something? Although it doesn't need to be. Because if I plan with this, a trip to Mars, right there, and I mean onto Mars, we don't want to be in orbit. Big difference. And I use the Iris, and I add a module, not resources. We want a module. No, not crew, thanks. We want a probe. And that's about it. Can only have 2 tons. I don't think we can send anything else. Is any module that is just a ton? Mining module? No, 15 tons. If you could send something ahead of time, that would be nice. I think I do want the radioisotope generator for Mars. I don't think we need that on Luna. We can just build some solar cells there. But this one will power the future colony very well. So only a probe. And then we plan that with the Falcon. That will be finished. Haha, look at this. This is interesting here. This is a cool feature of this game. I love this. Interplanetary transfers. Before that, we didn't have one. We were all in the sphere of our planet, the gravity sphere. I think I wander off and go buy some popsicles. Ooh, nice. Well, enjoy, Manaway. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. An optimal transfer between planets uses at least the least amount of propellant but takes the longest time. Such transfers may only be possible every few months or years, depending on the alignment of planets you travel between. You can shorten the transfer time, but that requires significantly more propellant. Using the fastest option selects the transfer that will reach the destination the soonest, based on your current total propellant. You can also choose a different transfer time by clicking on the pork chop plot. I love it, a pork chop plot, guys. Amazing. Okay, so the optimal is we're starting August 25th in 3 years. Fastest, same thing, 5 days later. But we need... Yeah, we need double the propellant once we are out of Earth. It will need the same in total. Interesting. That's a little weird. So the optimal will get us there a year after. And this is just a few months earlier. But we're actually not using more propellant. And we only need to go one way. Look at that. We don't need much propellant. Here, we would even need less. We would need half of that, basically. Are we that stingy? Can we wait that long? Or do we want, you know, a few months earlier? I mean, this is August, it's 4 months, basically, that we shave off if we use double the propellant. I don't think we care. 4 months is not that important. Although it could be a milestone. Let's go fastest. And use a tiny bit more. I mean, this is we're using more to go to the moon, actually. Well, basically. Yeah, I think that's fine. We're not in a good window, actually. It takes 3 years. That's a long time. Because this is our earliest start date, 2024. Which definitely happened. Let's not talk about that. Woohoo! Max speed! Indeed. Indeed. And we don't want to bring more propellant. We could bring another 5 tons. We need 40 tons to bring 5 tons more to Mars. Not worth it. Not with this vehicle. It's fine. 7 months and a few days is what this thing will need after it gets started. And I mean, look at that. That's taking a long time. And this is after a few years happened. Because we're in 21. When we're there, we're in 2022. So, maybe. It depends when the year started here, where we were. I mean, it started... The game started 2 months ago. No, actually a year and 2 months ago. So we already have done a circle. So we basically started here, I guess. So, yeah, that will take a few cycles. And that means we can worry about the space dock. That's nice. Beautiful. Phobos and Deimos racing around Mars. I like it. We can't even see Luna. Yeah, look at that. Look how slow Luna is around Earth. And Phobos, I mean, Luna is much bigger, but Phobos and Deimos, how they're racing. Multiple times a day is Phobos going around, apparently, here. Interesting. We have $5 million so far. That's cool. Planning our first trip to Mars. We can already plan for this, I would say. If we could use an Eagle. We can just use a... No, I don't want a space... Wait. What? Oh, I need to planning. Because I think you can just do that there. We want to go to Earth orbit. We want an orbital payload container. Now, we need 1 module. And that module is orbital construction. 50 tons. Okay. Now, it depends what launch vehicle we will need if we bring more up. But I think we just plan 1 trip up and we will want everything there. So this is 150 tons. It's a lot of alloys. Wow. Getting those is not easy. That's more polymers than we have. We need to pay... Wait a second. Let's see if it does it automatically. Nope, it doesn't. Okay. So first we need to get 20 polymers. This is a little weird. I think if you click into this, this should go away. We need 20. Okay, 34,000 bucks. 50 polymers. And we need 25 electronics. 25 tons. Ouchie. 275 tons. That means we have to use an Eagle. Because it's 42 tons to use the other thing that we have. The other launch vehicle. Well, that's fine. These are reusable. And it basically needs 0 days. It needs a lot of propellant, though. Because the Eagle is also quite heavy, of course. Oh, that's so much propellant. Ouch. Look at that. We only have 38,000 tons. And we are using almost 1,000 ton. 1/38th of our fuel for this. Doesn't sound that much yet, but do that another 38 times and you're done. No more fuel. Oh, look at this. I think that's our competitors. I think those are our competitors. Yep, they're already here. With Stratos, actually. And probes. Huh. Oh, we left some food. Okay. Well, once our orbital construction is finished. Wait a second, is that already in orbit? I can go to Earth orbit here. No, there's only the telescope. In 2 months. That's a while. Quite a bit of time that we have to wait. Mobile refinery construction. Noble gas. I'm not sure why we have to wait that long. Because this is basically instant. And we have all the resources. What is this waiting on? I hope not this launch vehicle. There it is. No, there was one. Okay, that means all of that is done, and now we need to construct stuff in orbit, which means we go here, I guess, and then here, and then we say orbital shipyard. Boop. And that was exactly the resources here for the orbital shipyard. Orbital fuel refinery, that means we need to get water in space, which is not good on Earth. For sure. Now, I think orbital refueling makes more sense because you pay less to bring the water up than you bring the fuel up, because there is an efficiency here. Yeah, look at this. That's the mobile. I want the orbital. The orbital is much better. 0.09 tons of water becomes 0.12. That means we have a 25% gain of what we're shooting into space to actually make fuel from that. So that's an efficiency, actually. It's better to refuel it, to refine in orbit than it is to refine on the planet. It would obviously be better to get the water from somewhere else and not Earth, because, you know, getting that gravity out of the way would help. Mobile habitat. 80 tons mass. Oof. Yeah, we should definitely construct that in orbit. As you put more signs on the rockets so they run better? Yeah, that's how that works. Totally how that works, Devil Hamster. Absolutely. Wonderfully put. Okay, we're looking at Phobos right now. We're getting spin launch soon. Soon-ish, 2 years. Now the question is, do we want to go into nuclear power first? It's interesting that the time runs while we're doing this. Optimized payload bus. Lighter, more efficiently shaped bus will allow us to load more cargo in the same sail craft. 100%, that's a lot. I'll definitely put that in. Electrical engines would help us too, and we have those. But we're missing something to use them. I think we saw that somewhere. We started with electrical engines. Here, electrical propulsion. Unlocks the MPD, boosts electric engine exhaust velocity. And we should make use of this. Radioactive rockets? Oh yes. Oh, we're doing that. Indeed. How can I could delete the message, but I want to get rid of that person. Okay, I cannot. That's great. Not from here. Can I just do... Well, that works. Fucking bots. Every single time. Anywho, yeah, this would definitely be better. Optimize self field. I don't know what an MPD is, by the way. Magnetic pulse drive? Magnetic pulse drive, that makes sense. Thrust by 50%, damn. So yeah, we should make use of this. The question is, how can we make use of this? And I think we need spacecrafts that can use that. And the spacecraft we have, the Stratos, cannot. We would need something, maybe like the Prometheus? No, that's nuclear propulsion. The Nike? Okay. No, that's fusion. Oh god. The Selene, maybe? Yeah, that is electric engine. See, this would work. But the Hermes is... No, this is hydrogen, I think. Where's my electric stuff? We will need the Hermes soon. I mean, in at least 3 years we will need it, because that will be more Mars stuff. And it will even prompt us to research it. But I would like to have the Serene. This is a one-off ship still, which is not good. It's wasting materials. Space farming we will need. I mean, robotics. Exoskeletons would be cool. Look at that. Crew required by facilities. Increase mining efficiency of all by 5%. Huge. Terraforming. I'd like to do. Let's put that in. Underground habitat. Okay, so I could use this if we have nuclear power, but the problem is nuclear is expensive. I'm disappointed that there's nothing else for electrical. I mean, yeah, I do want fusion, totally. Give me Prometheus with fusion engines. Let's go. First true nuclear rocket, more than double the efficiency of chemical rockets, while still maintaining high thrust. Interesting. Yeah, it needs hydrogen. If I see that correctly. And the Festus? Also. Oh wow, look at that cargo capacity, 1,500 tons. "30 kilometers per second. This is 27 kilometers per second. That's actually kinda good. Pretty strong. Yeah, but weird. Is there not anything else with electrical engines? Because starting with electrical engines seems to be quite garbage then. Okay, the Athena. Yeah, advanced electric spacecraft designed for slow but efficient travel. Slow. 81 kilometers per second exhaust. Oh my goodness. That would be huge right now. I'd like to have the debris shields. Let's see how that goes. I want nuclear power. Imminently important. Reaction exoskeletons are always per definition cool. I mean, of course. We haven't radioisotope generator. Probably for Mars. We are building a shipyard. Halfway there in orbit. Hydrogen, I've heard it's really hard to store hydrogen gas. Yeah, especially in space. But hydrogen is so small, it just goes through everything. On the other hand, space is filled with hydrogen or water. Well, if you could harvest it, of course, yeah. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, but we lost a lot of hydrogen through the ozone hole as well. Are you not being constructed? No, this is just for Mars. Doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, we're just waiting for the shipyard. But I'm actually thinking of sending water into space. Maybe even building a dedicated water refinery. Well, refinery, water mining installation. Don't know why that is the case, but it is so stupid. Not a hydrogen extractor. That would be fine as well. Is it water ice? I'm not sure if it's water ice, but I guess it is. Makes no sense because there's just water around, but sure. Size minus 139,000 tons. Okay, interesting. Solid underground water deposits. Very weird. So I'm not sure if this is the right one. It's gonna be expensive to push that water into space though, but it's more expensive to push the fuel. So I think this would be the right thing to do. Which means we would need, and unfortunately I don't have my screenshot tool anymore, which is really bad. But that was Windows only, unfortunately, and I haven't found another one yet. If we want to do orbital refueling, or orbital refining, that's 10 tons of metals and 30 tons of rare. Ooh. I mean, putting that into orbit is quite easy for us. Especially since we still should have the Falcon, even though it's not shown. Don't know where... Where did the Falcon go? The Falcon is reusable, isn't it? Oh, shite. I think we stranded it on Mars. I'm an idiot. Oh, I should have used the Sparrow. No, actually, we shouldn't have stranded it. It is reusable. Maybe there was an accident and we lost it or something? Because it's missing. Oh no, we have it already locked in for this. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I knew I used it for that. The Earth is covered in about 70% uncarbonated water, so technically the Earth is flat. What? Sure. What popsicles did you get, Monaway? Mars instead of the moon? What do you mean, terrible hamster? I'm saying orbital refinery in Earth orbit. And yeah, we will colonize the moon too, but we're not there yet. I think that will pop up after the shipyard. But I'm still trying to think ahead, you know, trying to preempt some problems that we will have. And I think it's gonna be in water ice extractor. That we need. Just to get more water to push into space to then make into fuel. Because, oh, we do have fuel deposits. But, yeah, license fees. So no. Water doesn't cost license. There's no license fee on water. That's why we don't want that. Hydrogen? No resources. Which is not true because that is hydrogen, but sure. 3 green ones made from grape juice. Interesting. But you're nomming on fancy ice cream. Oh, okay. Fancy, fancy. We will need this on the moon for sure as well. But let's see. It's very easy for us to put that into orbit. Unfortunately, we need to use an eagle. I don't want that, but it's fine. So let's plan a mission. We want to... You know what? Yes, we want to go full bore. Earth orbit. We could use just an orbital payload container. Why not? The thing is cheap. Basically free. And we want resources. And we have said... I think it was 10 metal. 10 tons of metal. And it was 30 rares. So that's what we need for the orbital refinery. And we can fill the rest up to 800 tons with water. So that's like 577? What the hell is happening? You have the space. Do I need the launch vehicle first? Doesn't make any sense. Why can you only have 8 tons? That makes no sense. This is a 1,000 tons payload container. Oh, and this is electronics. No, that's not what we want. Oh, we only have 8 tons. Oops. I mean, it is quite cheap. I just want a trickle. 1.9 million for all the water in the world. That seems weird. Let's take 2,000 tons. It's just 100k. It's fine. So 2 kilotons of water. We want to bring 577. Actually, we have still more. Oh yeah, I'm going for 800. 600. Oh yeah. We don't have the electronics now. We need another. Actually, we need 760. Missing the 0. Because the Eagle can carry 800 tons. Takes us a lot of fuel, but we should get out 25% more than we're sending. I don't think we will get this out. 25% on like 600. Not great. But I guess. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but let's say it does. And it's in orbit. So we have enough in Earth orbit to build a orbital refinery. That's just a single one. That doesn't even do much, but... And also, you don't need people, which is good. That one is, you know, automatic, because that makes sense. So if we would put in 1,000 tons, we get 1,250 fuel. Still not ideal. But we can probably make that better with magic. Oh, and look at that. It eats my input. That's not nice. My space input. That needs to be changed. Space dock. The dock is ready. This is where we will build our future interplanetary vehicles and set off to further space excursions. 1.6 million. Thank you. We needed that. Lunar Depot, humans on Mars, cyclical missions now too. It was once said that once you're in orbit, you're halfway to anywhere. This makes it the ideal place for a refueling point for any flights to the outer system. To keep the depot stocked, make sure to set up cyclic flights from a fuel production base on places such as Luna or Deimos. It's cheaper than launching from Earth's surface. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. So we need a mobile refinery, we have that, to Luna. We need a mining module, we have that, to Luna. And then we need 3 cyclical missions. That's why we have multiple Multiple spacecraft so far. Okay, so what we need is we want this thing to go to Luna. Oops. Boop. And we want the Stratos to get us there. And we also want a mobile refinery to go to Luna. Ooh, that weighs a ton. This would actually have been great with the other rocket, but we'll have to use the Stratos. Okay, we need an Eagle for that to work. And you know what? We'll bring in as much as we can, because we will need a lot to get back. Yes, it costs a lot, but we'll manage. Oh, that is so expensive. It's 10% of our fuel. 10%. We know we need 56 to go back. I would like to leave some on Luna. Let's take about 200 tons. That shaves this mission by 60% fuel use. I think that's fine. And we'll just bring that to Luna. Do we need to bring anything else? No. Okay. And we need to go... This is orbit, by the way. If there's a circle around it, it means orbit. Which is pretty nice. Look at this. This is Earth, this is orbit. So far, so good. Space dock, how exciting. Yeah, can we see that is the question. I would like to see it. Oh, yes, we can. Well, look at that. Amazing. Looks kind of weird, but I guess here we build the ship. You know what this is missing? There is something very, very, very important missing from this. This thing is manned, isn't it? No, it isn't. It isn't manned. Okay, never mind then. Then it just needs energy. But otherwise, this would need like five times these energy things in terms of temperature regulation for people. Because people run hot and there's nothing to get that heat away from, you know, where you are in space. You need radiators. But if this isn't manned, I don't know how it will build anything if it's not manned, but, you know, magic. Magic technology, as we all know. All good, I guess. Can I see that constructor? No. Okay, there's no model for that. We do know there is a model for the telescope. We have seen that before. Beautiful. Missing the planet as expected. While still falling. There's the Earth Luna. Why does that take so long? The refurbishment takes that long? Wow. We have a water extractor now. That's nice. So we're getting a trickle of water. And in orbit soon we will have some refining capacity. Don't know why that doesn't need energy, but that's fine. Maybe it gets its own energy. Maybe it has some solar panels and it's fine with that. And the plus says we are gaining. While this one doesn't say we are... This just says we're not gaining. But we do have some power consumption still available for us. Also got some really juicy pears. Nice. Oh, I love pears. I don't know why we got an Eagle constructed. It just needed to be refurbished. But maybe it was damaged or something? I don't know. I hope we are efficient enough, because we are having competitors. Who are also doing their thing, right, you know? Iris has been finally constructed on Earth. That took a while. And that's for the Mars mission. You know, that took way too long. In future we can just make that happen in orbit. So that's fine. I was thinking, should I get another vehicle assembly, but that's too late. And there is our stuff on Luna. And now we just need the cyclical missions. So what we can do is we plan a mission and we make it cyclical. Cyclical missions are a way to plan recurring missions between two locations. Assigned spacecraft launch vehicles and facilities will automatically perform missions according to set parameters. You can set what resources are to be transported from one location to another, whether the flights should utilize fastest available transfers or fly optimally, and how many times or until when this cyclical mission should recur. Yeah, I don't think this is perfect yet, but we'll see. The Stratos. Wait until full? It has a lot of fuel capacity. No, we don't want to bring anything. Please fly optimally. I want 3 transfers. Okay, that already, the planning was already it. Good. Oh, and we get the contract for Moonbase Alpha with the 1.5 million bucks. With fuel production on the moon, we have an outpost for further excursions into deep space. Now we can really show what we are capable of. Yeah, you know how slow that fuel production is, though. Music is a small smidge too loud, still. That was just from the crescendo of the last track. Now it's fine again. Okay. I have it really low, though. Ground facilities require energy to function. Energy is produced in power facilities. Each type of power facility produces different amount of energy depending on circumstances. Solar arrays produce more the closer you are to the sun. Wind power only works in atmosphere. Still on Mars, that should kind of work. While nuclear power provides a lot of energy anywhere, but requires a steady supply of fissiles to function. That's not true. The mobile one doesn't. If you don't have enough energy to power all your facilities fully, they will work at a reduced speed. Unused production facilities only consume power when active, so if certain buildings on a planet are not always active, you can consider constructing batteries to stockpile additional energy. That's pretty good. And Moonbase will greatly benefit our exploration efforts. No one knows why, because it will not. As a forward base outside the of Earth's deep gravity well, establishing such a foothold on our satellite will help us to reach further in space. Yeah, I'm still skeptical. So we need an outpost, we need a fuel refinery, we need water ice extractor, and we need solar array. And 10 people that live there, and we get 6.5 million if we are able to do that. Probing Lutetia. Beautiful. Is what we unlock, and we also unlock research laboratories, which we already have, so that's great. Otherwise we still wouldn't have any research by now, years after the game started. Construction equipment on Luna. I mean, that's easily delivered, but we should also deliver in that trip all of, or most of these materials. $40.10. So that's 90 metal. And another 125 metal. So that's 215 tons. 215 tons of metal. We need alloys for these. Ugh, that's not great. Oh, and also if you looked at the people we need, 5, that's 10, plus 2, that's 12. Guess how much the outpost has in capacity? 10. So we will not even be able to fully crew this nonsense. But now we need the second module. That's why I have 2 compartments. Yeah, getting to a moon relay station and getting elsewhere from there is almost as expensive as launching out of Earth directly, yeah. Isn't it? Who would have thunk? And hello, Blub Blub Boland, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, even... Why are these not... Oh, because of atmospheric pressure, okay. They're just not fully efficient, that's fine. So technically we could launch this and send this to the moon, but... These are way too heavy to do this. So what we need to do is we need to have all of this shipped to orbit. First. And then from orbit we go further. We have orbital fuel refining. Almost. In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks we're actually producing fuel. That's great. I'm not nomming on vanilla ice cream and chocolate milk. I'm now, okay. I got all the good stuff. You do, damn it, Monaway. I want the good stuff too. Give me some. Okay, what do we start with? What do we have? We have a Stratos, we have an Eagle. That's fine. That's all we need. We could... What we need to do is an Eagle and a Stratos full of fuel in orbit. Once that Stratos is full of fuel in orbit, all we need to do is put the rest of the resources in orbit. But we definitely just want to fill this with fuel to bring to orbit. So we have fuel in orbit, which is very inefficient, but that's how it goes. Because all we want to do is then use the Stratos to transfer between these as much as needed to bring all the resources. But actually having construction facilities on the moon would be worth it if the reduced gravity doesn't soften people's bones, that is, which it will. Very much so. Maybe a fully automated one. Fully automated would be great, indeed. That's true. But also we don't know how that works in low gravity. How would we do that? We have no clue. We have no prototypes, no anything for that, really. How do we do this? I mean, it's not that complicated. We need to plan something. We could ship this directly, or we ship this to orbit first. So we want to first go to orbit. Let's just do this. Oh, I can't. Orbit is not a thing. Okay, so I need to find that here. There it is. Doesn't need to be cyclical. Now, we could ship with an orbital payload container and use the 800 tons. The problem is this thing can only carry 100 tons. But we need to get this into orbit too. So what we need to do is we'll put, not the crew, thank you. Wait, I need to do that this way. Construction equipment in orbit with this. And then all the fuel we can get. It's not much. There's something. The Eagle is actually way too much for this, but we need to get it into orbit. That's most important. Just get it into orbit. Full fuel tank, whatever. Actually, that's really bad. Just get a little bit more than we... I mean, we won't need that much for lunar transfer anyway. Okay, it's in 3 days. In 3 days we will get that into orbit. We'll plan another mission. How much do we need? We need 40 tons. We need 50 tons. So 90, 215. We need 250 tons. Plus 10 food, 10 rares. Okay. Plan a mission. We'll plan it to Earth orbit. We'll put in the orbital payload container because that's free. And no, we're not going to put modules in. We're going to put... None of that. Go away. So we are going to put 215 of these. Then we need 10 of these. We can go up to 800 tons maximum. We need 50 glass. Wait, how much energy do we need? 0.5, 1, and that's it? Yeah, this one solar array will be fine for a while. 50 glass, and we need 10 alloys, which are unfortunately extremely expensive, but okay. But maybe we can make alloy production on... I don't think we can do that there. We can probably do that in Mars orbit or something, maybe. So that is it? That is all we need for all of this? Oh yeah, we need food. Let's not put just 10 in there. Let's put like 30 tons in there. We have the tonnage. It's not the problem. Put an eagle in. Boop. And this is basically it. We need 1,000 tons. And we're good. 22 April. Okay, 3 months. Because that thing needs to be refurbished. But low gravity is still fine for most manufacturing thinking. Producing in microgravity is another matter. There's also the problem of contact welding with no air around, but pumping gas around to prevent that is not a big deal. Is the game an interesting space logistics sim? Is it quite simplified? It is not that simplified, in my opinion. It is a lot of clicky, and there are some things I would like to see changed. In terms of, if there is a, oh yeah, you did this contract window, you can't pause with space, it eats your input, which they definitely need to change. But otherwise, you know, some quality of life stuff would be nice, you know, planning some of these things easier, having some notifications from what I've seen for stuff running out. There needs to be a better ledger. I don't think there is an overview. I mean, now it's really easy. But later, when you have like 15 colonies all around the solar system, there is no overview of how many, I don't know, how much food they have or something. And I think they definitely need to have something like that. Do you even have deferring launch vehicles with interesting trade-offs? Oh yeah, you do. Oh god, yeah, I just don't have them unlocked, is the problem. But we already unlocked like solar sails for the Daedalus, which is a solar sailor that can work inside of the asteroid belt. Which is interesting. Not much cargo capacity, and we can double that with research, which is kind of nice, but, you know. And it's very slow, but it is a nice thing, you know, to get your planets checked. There's some other stuff, too. There's nuclear, there's fusion. This is a nuclear spacecraft. The Nike, I don't know why it's Nike. The Prometheus is a fusion spacecraft. The Athena is an electrical spacecraft. So there's a bit of stuff in there, for sure. Okay, we're doing the transfers. Orbital fuel refinery, construction completed on Earth. Okay, finally. So we're getting in Earth orbit. We're finally getting fuel. Not this fuel. How much do we get? 0.12 per day. Oh, beautiful. So much fuel. Much wow. We're basically wasting the fuel by flying around here. Oh yeah, everything is... No, nothing is in orbit yet. Oh yeah, it's April. It's April until this... Yeah, until this works. We also have competitors. We have the Chinese space thingy, and we have NASA as our competitors. There are two others, the Russians and the Sol X. Ugh. Nonsense. Also in the game. Do we suppress the Belter uprising? I mean, I'm never going to put Belters in, so no. I found that faction completely dumb in the Expanse. Yes, this is gonna happen. This is our transfer window to Mars in 2 years. It's gonna be a long time until then. Let me... Maybe I can do this again, and maybe that's quicker, because... No, it might just be the transfer window is so shitty. It's probably just the transfer window is so shitty. Let's just trust it. I mean, it's just the first try, you know? We're just looking into this game, seeing how it goes. It doesn't need to be perfect. Maybe next time we'll do it better. I don't know. It is also an early access version, so, you know, keep that in mind. I got the key from the developer, so thank you for that, by the way. Well, the developer or the publisher, whoever sent the key out, but yeah. I'm actually not sure because it was through Keymailer, so... Lutetia, we will need to go there soon. After Moonbase Alpha is a thing. Okay, oh, we are way too long because Earth is orbit stuff thingy happening. Plan a mission with Luna. We need to land on Luna, that's important. We need the Stratos. We need all of these resources. That stuff, that stuff. We don't need the fuel. All of that, all of that. Oh, we can't do all of that. So this is just 40 tons. Let's bring in the 40 tons. Let's bring in this and that. And the 50 tons of glass is a bit much, so let's do 40 tons. We'll bring the rest later. But this will... No, it won't be. This will be enough to build the habitat. We will need to get the astronauts in orbit, though, and you need a Stratos for that. So after that is delivered, the way back will be... We drop down and get the astronauts. The 10 people that we need to strand on the moon forever. Yeah, that should be fine. Is this a mobile habitat? I'm not sure it is. Yeah, let's go full. Well, as much as we can. Wait, that's minimum propellant? We don't have enough? And I cannot plan this, and I can't wait for it. Ugh. Okay, that sucks. See, that is something I want. I want save this. You know, a save this button and then a load saved plan button. Because now I have to do all of this again. The books or the series? No, the series. I never read the books yet. So far. They're definitely better. They're always better. Well, almost always. I heard from Maze Runner, actually the books are shit. Maze Runner actually is better as the series, weirdly. Earth Observatory starts observing resources on 44 NYSA. Nice. And these are our competitors right there. Starting shit. I don't like that. I don't like that they're doing stuff. I'm not sure if they can take the contracts away from us. Oh, they're going for Mars, aren't they? Yeah, we're quite late. Okay, I need to revise this. Something must have been dumb here. Plan Mars. No, not the Stratos. Are you insane? What? Whoa, 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 whoa. You, Earth. And there we plan. Where's my vehicle? Where's my iris? My Falcon is back. My iris is gone. It kind of pisses me off, to be honest. I'll take the Falcon. Yeah, it's still not earlier. Can I take an Eagle for this? No, it doesn't change anything. Actually, can I get a Sparrow? It's all I need to do to get me into orbit anyway. It's a little wasted though. No, I'm not going to take a Sparrow. I'm going to take the Falcon. Wow. Now it's the same. Oh no, it isn't. Yeah, we wanted to go to in April there. The Falcon is not coming. Oh well, the Falcon is coming back. This thing is not coming back, so I'm just gonna put in as much fuel as I need. But it's still 7 months, and it's still the same start date. I don't know. I'm sure they are already going to Mars. I'm not sure why they are allowed to already go there, and I'm not. Research maybe. Maybe they're lighter or something and can go there in a better way. Oh well. As I said, doesn't have to be perfect. If we're making mistakes, we're gonna learn from them. Hopefully. Haley, noble gas, that would be nice. No royalties there. Are they on Mars already? Not yet. They're not yet on Mars. You're in orbit. How are you in orbit? You should be at Luna. We're already mining here too. The construction is not there yet, so... Earth orbit. It's a lot of clicky. I wish they would reduce the clickiness. Okay, we only have this as planned. Oh yeah, because I didn't have the fuel. Now I do have the fuel. So now we can go to Luna. And we can go to... with the Stratos. And take all these resources. I want 40. I want 10. So I can prepare to bring the other guys. I want 40 glass. And I want 10 noble. The nobles were for this. For a real refinery. We need another 50 metal for that, but that's fine. I'm gonna go with minimum fuel? I hope so. There's not much on Luna. Let's go with maximum fuel. It doesn't matter. We're not overpaying here. Because we don't need to leave Earth, with the Earth's atmosphere. So that's there. And now we need to go to the moon again. What do we have here? Ugh, not much. That's not enough to get back is the problem. Ah. Ah, fun. Oh god, I'm an idiot. I forgot the constructor. Forgot the construction ship. Shit. You know what? I can stop these missions. I don't need these to finish anymore. Now the question... Oh, fuck, we have 2 of them here. Okay. How much do I need to get back to Earth? No, I don't... Yeah, well, one of them needs to go to Earth proper. How much does that cost? Should basically cost the same. You're empty. 45. Ugh, it takes a while. Problem is I have no craft anymore. I just stranded all of them. That's a long time. So is there a screamer production and consumption rates? Oh, you wish, Boland, you wish. That's what I meant. There needs to be a real ledger. I don't know if there is. I don't think there is. We have exploration, where we want to look with our telescopes and stuff and observatories. We have mission planning. We have mission list. We have a nice research tree, which is kind of interesting. Don't know why that is frozen there. Weird. And we're getting spin launch very soon. That's gonna help. We have not available in the beta. That's probably the screen we want. I'm not sure though. And we have a marketplace. And that's about it so far. That's about it. Where are these guys going? They're definitely 100% going to Mars. They are following this line. Shit, if they're already there, that's not good. We're way too late, and I don't know why. Maybe they got a better window somehow. I don't know. Maybe they researched some propulsion tech. We're missing that. Also, what I could look at, I can now build a Daedalus. Or I should be able to. I have a shipyard. Oh, I need to build spacecraft, that's it. So we need 120 polymers and 20 metal. It's actually not that hard to do. I just need to buy the polymers. And we only have 100 on Earth. Well, that's not great. Can I make polymers? Carbon. Okay. And here it's better to use the polymers to put into space because, you know, you reduce the amount. You would need to put more carbon into space than polymers to make polymers. So I think I'm going to make that production. Because if there's nothing available. And we're also out of alloys. That's great. Perfect. I wonder if there's some way to reduce deadheading. Returning with an empty vehicle. Well, yes. But we're not producing anything yet. It's just so low, the production. It's ridiculous. I mean, if you look at the moon, at Luna. Look at our production. 0.06 tons per day. Basically producing nothing. Because it's all just mobile mining modules. Mobile refinery, a mining module. It's just bad. That's what it is. It's bad. But we have to start somewhere. And also flying back without load is actually not bad because that means you are more fuel efficient. So, you know, you use less fuel to fly back. And that's actually not a bad thing, necessarily. Since fuel is very, very rare right now for us. Even in orbit, we're not producing much. We would need to triple up on these refineries, or maybe we need 10 of those. But that's just a bit out of our capacity right now. And then we would produce 1 ton per day and use just under 1 ton in water per day. That means in 2 years our water would be gone. And getting that from Earth is not good enough right now. That's why we're trying to produce that on the moon. And that's also why we're getting a refinery on the moon, so this gets quicker. And there are 3 million tons of water on the moon. That will take a while until it's gone. But yeah, that is what scares me actually. Yeah, great, there's water on the moon. Yeah, you can make fuel from that. But the problem is any drop of water out of in terms of fuel that you use is gone forever. You know? That will not come back to the moon in any way whatsoever. And that's kind of scary to me. But I have no choice. I need to wait until we have the 40 or something fuel that we need. We have spin launch though. That's huge. Because now we can create a spin launcher. There. A rotary launcher. And I probably want 2 of those. Do we have enough energy? Minus this thing. Yes, that's 3. So we're at 11. So that's fine. Because the launch cost is only 250 tons, which is nothing. Compared to the 3,000 that we need for some other things. Problem is, this can only shoot... This cannot shoot people. Because, you know, it's basically a centrifuge. Also, the technology is completely flawed and dumb and would never work with anything, especially if you're shooting electronics into space, which is always the case. Those would just be vaporized in this thing, but yeah. Still, this is basically a big centrifuge. That's what this thing is. So if you put people in there, then you have, you know, biomass. You basically have goo afterwards, so you don't want to do that. So this is only good for pushing resources up. And you can... This also needs to be refurbished after every launch, so it will not be available all the time. That's why I'm thinking I need 2. But I'm not sure I should build 2. It's a lot of resources. But I guess, in the end, does it really matter? It's only 90,000. As long as I can buy these resources right now, why not build 2? So we have a little bit more flexibility, because flexibility is a big problem right now. And next time we bring the Stratos here, we need to bring a lot more fuel. And that also means what I should do, although I don't want to, but I should, is put in a mission, because we need fuel in space right now. And that is very, very wasteful. You know what? I should wait for this thing, because that makes it much, much cheaper. Yeah, I'll wait for that. It's half a year, but still, who cares? Hello? Oh, I'm in the planning thing. Planning thing doesn't let me do things. Can we melt the lunar ice caps for water? It's basically what we're doing, yeah. Basically what we're doing. I also love the atmosphere, you know, showing the Nord lights here. I mean, they should go away at some point. They shouldn't be there forever, all the time, but... We're also getting nuclear power in 200 days, which will be nice. And I think... No, it's still 1 year. In exactly a year, we will launch to Mars. While the others are probably already there, which was bad of me. Well, not yet, apparently. There's no presents. Oh, that's Phobos. Of course, not Phobos. Oh, yeah. See, they're there. They already got their probes there, so I did something wrong. I don't know why my window was that late. If the others had a window that was a year earlier, I've no clue. But that's something that I need to think about and we need to learn. Maybe write in the comments. Tell me what I did wrong. What was maybe a technology I needed or something. Maybe I should... no, the Eagle doesn't matter, but maybe I should have got the... Maybe? Yeah, maybe that is it. I was thinking about it, but I wanted that orbital launcher, which probably was not a smart thing to do, but... Where is it? I should have probably gone for the Selene. Yeah, I should probably have gone for the Selene, especially because we started with electronic engines. And I would assume 27 kilometers. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is the problem. That is the problem. The Iris doesn't have the exhaust velocity. I did not know that. Lesson learned. Next time I start this, I will go for the Selene much earlier, right after the Iris has delivered stuff to the moon, because that is very important. Okay, well, we learned that. For now, we'll put a cut in here. Thank you all for watching. Leave me a like if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to sub the YouTube, come to Twitch, come to Discord, and I see you all in the next one. Bloop bloop, everyone.